folks, I'm back. It's me, Mahbub Chowdhury, aka the People's Coach, aka your host and speaker for today. Today I want to talk to you guys about butting into people's affairs. At some point in our life, someone will come to us for some advice. Someone would come to us to just confiding, to tell us their problems. And you know what? At this point, it's very, very important to pay close bit of attention to what I'm about to say. Because let me tell you something. When you're about to get into someone's affairs, they come up to you, they open up their heart, they just pour out their heart and soul and tell you what's going on in their life. And then you take it upon yourself, because you may think that you're helping a person, but in fact you can actually be making a worse the situation a lot more worse. Because let me tell you something, when someone comes to you for a bit of advice, or when someone tells you about their situation, their life story or experience, it's usually biased. Especially if it's to do with relationships, because it tends to be biased anyway, because it's coming from their perspective, their understanding and their knowledge. And you've not heard both sides of the story. And if you choose to butt in, and if you choose to take action, then you have to be careful. You have to be prepared to take on the backlash, the after effects, the consequences. Because you do not know every single angle and intricate detail of the situation that the person may be going through, until the other one opens up. And then you realize, hang on a second, what I told him, or however I've chosen to butt into this affair, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because it's not until later on that you realise, I should stay out of this. It's getting a bit complicated. And you hear two sides of the stories and you're stuck in the middle. That's one side of the coin. Now let me give you another example. Similar situation, someone comes to you, opens up their heart, pours out their heart, body, mind and soul to you and tells you what's going on. And you hear a different story from a different angle, a different side, a different person who is also involved in that relationship. Then you're able to weigh up the situation a lot more clearly. You have more knowledge, but also at the same time, both parties need to come to an agreement that they need you as a middle person, just to sort of hear them out and just work things out. Try and look at things from an objective angle, and you cannot be biased one bit. They will be biased, but you cannot be biased. You have to be objective. And at the same time, you have to decide what role you choose to take part in this situation. Do you choose to get your hands dirty? Do you choose to really get involved in the nitty-gritty? Or is it really a waste of time? You don't need this. You don't need the aggro. What I do suggest is, if someone is coming to you, hear them but say nothing. What I mean by saying nothing is just listen, understand, but do not tell them what to do. Because if you tell them what to do, and they end up doing it, and it becomes the wrong thing that they've done, they're going to turn back on you. And all of a sudden, you've now got yourself involved quite deeply. That's what I'm talking about. We never know the intricacies of each and every single situation, because we are not there. And even if we are there, we need to understand the intricacies, because we have a different way of seeing things. They have a different way of seeing things and interpreting things. And so does this party. But what do you do? What role do you choose? How much do you choose to get yourself involved in? That's what I'm trying to say, people. At the end of the day, you need to work on your own situation. You need to work on your own relationships. Because when you do this, your focus is all geared to bettering your life. The more affairs you butt into, you will not only ruin your life, but you'll also be ruining other people's lives. But, there's a big but here. There is a necessity in this type of situation where you have to get involved. Because it's very confrontational. Either it's very confrontational, or you're in a position where you can make a difference for the better. But if you're unsure about these types of situations, then don't get involved. And if you were to get involved, get agreements from both parties. Hang on a second, for example, hang on a second, both parties are aware that you are getting involved. But if they're not, if party A knows that you're involved because they've told you whatever it is that's going on in their life, and party B doesn't know what's happening and who you're bringing in, it can create more chaos, it can create more conflict. So stay out. At the end of the day, you need to pick and choose your battles wisely, pick and choose your situation wisely. Because if you don't, you can end up in a heap of mess, a tricky situation, spoil people's relationships as well as yours, and it will come back to you. No one likes people, especially nosy people, biting into their own affairs, especially if they have not been invited to engage in their own affairs. If you've been invited in, then by all means take an objective approach. Do not be biased. Do not give advice unless it will make a crucial difference, a positive difference. But before you even give that advice, you need to find out as much information about the situation as possible from both sides. I've gone on and on, round and round in circles, trying to bring the same point, the same message to you, because it's very, very important that I need to convey this. Otherwise, you will end up breaking up ties, breaking up relationships, and spoiling your own life. Life is about repetition of lessons until you get it, until you're ready to move on. People, that is my rant for today, and that's all I have to say. Until then, take care, stay strong, stay focused, and always live to learn, to empower, and inspire the lives of many, as well as yourself. Bye for now.